What's going on, y'all? So listen. Whew. Okay. First of all, I'm in the mood because this is the last season, the last episode of an era, the series finale of How to Get Away with Murder. It is season 6, episode 15. Stay. Also, I'm in the mood because of the simple fact that I just got a work email saying that we got to come back on the 20th. Okay, so that we can get started on what we need to do to reopen on the June 1st. Girl, that's less than 5 days, okay? I gotta get my sleep pattern back on track. Okay, that's one. Two, I'm nervous as shit. Alright? Y'all pray for me. Anyway, let's just get up into this episode of How to Get Away with Murder. Oh my god. Okay, so we gonna get through this. We gonna get through this, y'all. The episode starts off, and all of a sudden, it's light outside or whatever, and then we hear pop, pop, pop. Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm sitting here like, oh my god, who got hit? I said they bet not be Annalise because in the thing, in the little blurb that they put on Twitter, whatever, on the How to Get Away with Murder account, they was like, who killed somebody? Who killed Annalise? I said, bitch, Annalise can't die. Okay, ain't no way in hell they are going to have Annalise, this strong black woman character throughout all these 6 seasons to take her down in the series finale. No, I would refuse to do that shit. I'd be like, that's fucked up in every type of way if that's what happened. But you got her mama in the courtroom, well, in the courthouse with her sister, and she was like, oh my god, is that my baby? Is that my baby? Is that my baby? Is that Annalise? Is that Anime? So you got everybody come running out there, the police, the guards, and all that stuff, trying to see what's going on. Then it goes back 3 days earlier to where I left off last week when Bonnie, told them that Frank knows about who his paternage is, okay, his mother is, and all that shit. And at this point, they kind of scrambling as to seeing who killed Hannah and what's her name? Tegan just want to make it that this the governor, okay? Bitch, this the governor. And I was like, girl, it could be anybody at this point in time. They can't find Frank. They just in a scramble at this point in time. Meanwhile, Frank is up in the car with Hannah's lawyer. Basically said, I need to know some questions about my mother. Okay, put the gun to his head and everything. I said, oh, so that's what we doing now, huh? So Bonnie really did tell this man that. Meanwhile, Bonnie take her ass over there to Laurel's place, where they holding her up, the FBI holding her up because they can't find where Frank at. She trying to get some information out of her, and then thinking that Frank would have came over there to her and all that stuff. Laura talking about something. At the end of the day, I really wanted you and Frank to be together, okay? Because y'all really needed to be together, And to be quite honest, it was you that was holding us up. Annalise thought she was, and that was all to the good. But at the end of the day, it was really you. Here go Bonnie. I just really wanted to be a family. I said, shut up. Shut up. We're not finna go down this road with Laurel. We're not finna have sympathy. That bitch tried to take your man. That bitch messed up your man, okay? You know what I'm saying? So now we're not about to do that. Meanwhile, back at the courthouse, we still at the trial, okay? And so we got Jorge Castillos, okay? He is on the stand. And at this time, as he's on the stand, Nate bring his ass in here. Now, I'm sitting here listening to this testimony, and I said, so Nate, this was your plan? I thought that Jorge Castillos was supposed to get up here and testify against Burkhead. You know what I'm saying? What it seemed like is he testifying against Anime. And I'm like, so Nate, you really trying to do Anime in like this? You really trying to do Annalise in like this? And I'm just not understanding because listen, he get up there talking about somehow he never met Burkhead. He never got any orders from Burkhead. He don't know nothing about the FBI. The FBI is the one that put him in custody or whatever because of an informant that's sitting right behind Annalise. I said, don't put Tegan shit out there like that. Tegan sitting there like, I said, girl, that would have been my cue to go like this and leave the fuck out. Okay? And so at this point, they asking about Laurel. Does Laurel lie? And yeah, she lied when she was 14 years old, talking about something she used to do cocaine. Of course, Annalise had to object to that. They sustained. Next thing when Jorge tried to put it all out there about Tegan and Annalise, they was like, listen, we gonna have to rule, you gonna have to rule, pull your goddamn client, person in, your witness in, calm him the fuck down, and the judge was like, we gonna have to see me in my chambers, okay? Meanwhile, And they go to the back. Annalise and Tegan up there talking about what's finna go on, and come to find out it's a surprise witness that Lennox, the prosecutor, is finna bring in. They don't know who it is. They stressing at this point. Okay, it's not gonna be Burkhead, but at this point, somehow, some way, Annalise was like, "Oh shit, bitch, it's gonna be Wes." I said Wes, and it was like his testimony. Remember when he wrote everything down in that, and it was in that security box? So at first they thought it was gonna be Gabriel or whatever. It was like, no, it has to be Wes or whatever. When they wrote all that stuff down, and one of them went to go find it, but it wasn't there. As we all probably got it already, so they thinking like that's gonna be the surprise witness, his words from the grave. You know what I'm saying? And so at this, Tegan trying to calm her down. Don't jump to conclusion. I got your back. Bonnie got your back. Because at first they thought it was going to be Frank too. Frank got your back. Why? Why? What's up with that? And what triggered Annalise to think that it would have been Wes is because Tegan was like, shit, bitch, that's why I don't even want no kids. I said, girl, what? Annalise trying to understand why you want to be on my so much, you know what I'm saying? And she was like, because I got your back, girl. I got your back. Then at this point, back over there with the kids, they going through this, after Laurel's daddy testimony, they being pissed off at him for lying on the stand and all this shit, and kind of said, so how are we being hypocritical, getting upset at him for lying on the stand when we lied on the stand too? Maybe our asses need to come on and do the right thing and tell the truth, because only a sociopath can get up here and do what we're doing, keep on lying and feel nothing about it. Okay, Laurel, you a sociopath. Michaela, you a sociopath. Laurel said, bitch, I'm not. Michaela said, bitch, okay. And I said, Michaela, girl, you just evil. You just evil. And girl, I just don't know if there's any help for you. Like, bitch, I know you went through some hurt, but goddamn, okay, goddamn, have a fucking heart for the bitch that been there through your whole life, career up in law school, bitch, okay? Regardless of how you may feel about Annalise, that bitch been there. You know what I'm saying? And kind of just ain't for the shit. Then it goes back to at the courthouse. And we see, once again, the melee that's happening after somebody that we don't know at this point gets shot. And then we see Laura looking and got baby Christopher up in the car. And she was like, oh my God, pull off, let's go. I said, so who got shot, bitch? We get Michaela and Connor up in the room talking, and she trying to figure out if he really for real about, telling the truth and going to jail and all this stuff. And, he was like, you gonna feel bad about this along the lines, okay? Sometime down the line, you gonna feel bad about this. She said, no, I'm not. Listen, I had a fucked up childhood. I know how to feel about shit, okay? I suppressed all the shit that happened to me when I was in my childhood. An uncle put his cigarette out on me. I wasn't fed and all this stuff. And I said, bitch, that don't give a fuck, okay? Listen, just because you had a messed up childhood don't mean that you take it out on Annalise. Annalise didn't do nothing to you, okay? Tell the truth, you wouldn't be up in this situation. To be quite honest, Annalise wouldn't be up in this situation if it wasn't for y'all, okay? You killed her husband. You threw that bitch over the balcony, okay? But anyway, moving on from that, Frank is up in the car with Lloyd. Is it Lloyd or Floyd? Well, with Hannah's lawyer, okay? In the car with him and trying to get some more information about whether or not Hannah had his name listed somewhere, if she knew about him and all that stuff or whatever, left anything to him and evidence-wise or whatever. Lloyd said it was just these papers that he gave. Okay, so at this point, he was like, basically, he gonna tell him I got lawyers or whatever that knows that I'm on standby if something happens or whatever that I don't show up. And at this point, Frank literally knew that something else wasn't happening, okay? And so he was like, bitch, if you lying to me, I'm gonna kill your ass, okay? He put that gun up to him. He was like, listen, you up here lying, so I'm gonna put this, your family is about to be short of a dad and a husband at this point. He was like, okay, calm down, And then it switches back over to the courthouse. Bitch, why is Governor Burkhead on the stand? I said, oh no, so you really did come and testify. Okay, bitch, I wasn't expecting that. You know what I'm saying? The prosecutor asked him, listen, do you know Jorge Castillo? Do you know Xavier Castillo? Have you ever talked to them? Have you ever interacted with them? Have you ever put out a hit on Nate Leahy and all this stuff, Singer and all this stuff and woo? No. Were you doing this to get back at Annalise so that you can get the election. No, I wanted to win the election the right way to show that the public can trust. Now, if I do that, I don't go down there. I don't do that by trying to be a mass murderer like, Annalise is. And then they was like, strike that shit from the record, okay? Don't put that in there. Girl, Annalise got up there and started questioning her like, listen, bitch, you talking about something you don't know, Jorge, you don't know Xavier, you ain't do all this stuff, but did you know Hannah Keaton? And then she kind of shucked up a little bit. She was like, oh, I wasn't expecting that name to show up. She was like, yeah, my sister-in-law. That's who she is. And she can't come up here and testify for herself or whatever that she knows of you because of the simple fact that she's dead. She caught a bullet to the brain. Okay, we don't know if she did it or if somebody else did it, you did it or whatever. Because they started playing the recording. And of course, the prosecutor was just all up in his feelings, like, no, you can't do that. Then it switches to a scene with Frank, because Frank finally came up into the courtroom. Bonnie saw him when she came in and was like, what the hell? Frank and Annalise had previously went outside to have a conversation, and he was like, what he got from Lloyd is this flash drive. That's what Floyd, the lawyer, gave him. Okay, and he was like, this would let you win the case. And at this point in time, Annalise is asking him, why are you doing all this? He was like, don't you understand? I'm in this for you. I'm doing this for you. I'm looking out for you. I'm supposed to be in this for you, whatever. And it was like, Sam was supposed to do that, but he did it. He made me believe that I was this monster and all this stuff. He used me. He was like, he was trying to protect you from the evilness that was inside of him. Okay. And so when she played the recording, it was basically Hannah Keaton on the phone with Xavier, okay, talking about I just seen on the news that that Nate Leahy guy got killed. You sure that the governor had something to do with it? Listen, no, that's not what it is. I wanted it to make it look like Annalise had something, her to take Annalise out. I didn't need no other standby people to get messed up in the process. I was like, so y'all really got all these recordings all of a sudden. Like, everything is really just coming to the light. Okay, come to the light, Carolyn. I was like, oh, all right. She was looking a little bit shook there. And I said, so what is it, Miss Burkhead? You don't know nothing about this? And Nate just sitting there looking like, and I was just like, this is so corrupted. How they doing this lady? Like, all of this because she won a Supreme Court case against you and she made you look stupid. You couldn't take your L and keep on going. I can't stand people. I can't stand people sometimes. Stand people of another. Let me shut the fuck up. So, you got Prosecutor Lennox, okay, and we got Agent Lanford. They up in the room or whatever, talking to Nate, talking about some, in exchange for your testimony, giving like what happened with Burkhead on the stage, on the stand, and all that stuff. We want to amend your immunity agreement, your settlement against your father. And at this point in time, Nate trying to be very headstrong and just like, is you going to prosecute the governor and all this stuff? They was like, why don't you just look at the offer that we gave you? So we see Nate look at the paper, but we don't see the total, the amount on there. Then we see Annalise walking with Tegan, and Tegan comes out there and was like, listen, bitch, they done offered Nate $20 million to get up on that stand and to say what he got to say against your ass, okay? And at this point in time, as they're talking, Gabriel walked past, and they was like, damn, I told you that was the goddamn surprise witness. I hope it ain't, but I bet you it is, okay? And so they got to figure out what they need to do with him. And then, Annalise walks away. Tegan gets pulled to the side by Laurel ass. She was like, listen, I need your help. This thing about my dad, he killed my daddy. I mean, he killed my mom and all this stuff. I said, do you really think so? Laurel, I still think you had something to do with that. Because them scratches that was on your goddamn... Bitch, what if by the end of this episode, we find out that Laurel was crazy just like her daddy said? Bitch, I'm going to be sitting here like, we should have listened. I mean, the bitch did leave and just go to Brooklyn and had everybody thinking that she was out of town or dead or something. But anyway, so, technically she was out of town. She was out of Philadelphia. Okay. Are they in Philadelphia or are they in, yeah, they in Philly. But anyway, Pennsylvania, Brooklyn, New York. But anyway, So at this point, Tegan like, why the fuck should I help you? Okay, you got your daddy up in here. Y'all didn't put me on Front Street and all this stuff. She was like, I got property. I got property. It's worth millions. Okay, and she said, bitch, what the fuck you need me to do for some damn millions? I said, Tegan, that was the wrong answer. Okay, I don't know. We're not finna consider this. Okay, we're not finna consider this. She the enemy. They the enemy at this point. Then we got Annalise in her house. You know, she going over her questionings that she gonna be doing when Nate get up on the stage talking about some, oh, them questions, baby. You know, you was having an affair on your wife. Okay, so did you know how D.A. Miller died? Did you kill him? You know, why did you kill him the way that you killed him? Did you euthanize your wife the same way? Or did you beat her head in the same way that you did D.A. Miller, because that's the type of animal that you are, and then you can't take it being around strong women, so you blame them like you trying to get me on the stand and just take my life away from me and all this stuff and woo woo woo. Bitch, did the DA offer you $20 million and all this stuff? Girl, Annalise was going in like she was actually in court. She was pissed, okay? I said, Annalise, I'm gonna be quite upset at you if you don't go in on him like that if he takes the stand, okay? You better ask all of those questions that you was asking at that point in time. You know what I'm saying? And then we get this scene with Bonnie and goddamn Frank. Frank is on his way out. Bonnie comes home in the house and sees him with his little suitcase and everything. And she was like, excuse me, what are you doing? Listen, at this point in time, I just gotta go somewhere, okay? I got all this stuff in me, okay? I don't know what to do. What you want me to do with that? So basically what this scene is, Bonnie, you lost your man, okay? Because Bonnie, she opened up her mouth and told Frank the real deal. And she was like, you know, we didn't want no secrets between us, so I had to tell you what it is and we can make this work and all this stuff. It was like, no, we can't at this point because he has to go figure out himself. You know, you should have just, if you really wanted this relationship with this man, you should have just kept your mouth shut at this point. Okay? Kept your mouth shut, like Annalise said, because we needed him, you know. And now he's about to run the fuck away and go figure some things out. And you done lost your man. And he don't forgive you for putting that shit out there like that. You know? So he was like, I'll forgive you sometime, but just not now. I said, damn, Bonnie can't catch a wind for shit. She had it in her grasp and it just slipped the fuck away. You know? Meanwhile, Frankton took the suitcase over there to Gabriel's place. He about to get ready to leave or whatever. He said the rent paid up to the end of the month because ain't no furniture in there. He's sleeping on the air mattress or whatever. And you know, he was like, now you got some money. He opened up the suitcase. He was like, it's $87,000 up in here. Okay, this is all yours if you don't testify. Don't testify against Annalise on that stand. Okay. It was like, you came down here to see shit about your daddy. It was like, y'all did all this shit to my daddy. Okay, yeah, your daddy got killed, okay? But he was also a bad motherfucking man. Did you know that he also killed Lila Steigard, Lila? That bitch, she was pregnant too. So therefore, he not only killed her, but he also killed your sibling. And I know he did this because Gabriel was like, I don't believe it. Yes, he did do it because he had me go out there and kill the bitch. And I didn't even know that she, you know, had me kill the sibling too. So your sibling dead. And realize that Frank is not putting it out there yet that Gabriel is also his sibling, his half sibling. So not only did, damn, and I just put that shit together. Frank had killed his own. Frank killed two of his siblings. Shit. Before they could, and one was an actual baby, the other one was an embryo. Girl. He killed Lila baby and he killed Annalise baby. He helped do both of them. Fuck. Now I understand all this stress on Frank. Like he going back and he thinking like, this man destroyed my life. He had me do all this stuff. Even though the shit with you know, Annalise baby, that ain't had nothing to do with Sam. But still, all of that is on him. And he was just like, you need to get out and you need to go somewhere else and stop letting this man ruin your life. I said, damn, Frank, I feel a little bit sorry for your ass. He was crying and shit. I said, oh, he breaking up at the seams. No, Frank, no. So Michaela and Connor is in the kitchen, and here comes Oliver talking about something. He was down at the law library. He should become a lawyer or whatever, because he was up there looking at all these type of cases or whatever precedents that he need to, so that not Oliver, but Connor could go ahead and get the same type of deal that Michaela got. Okay, and at this point in time, Oliver is just being annoying as hell. And I understand that he's doing this because he wants his husband to be there. But it is a little selfish, to just be thinking about him. He's a me type of person right about now. And he's not looking at all the, variables around the situation. Connor just wasn't smart enough to negotiate a different deal. So be upset with him about that, okay? And you was willing to do the 5 years up until you saw that and you heard that Michaela had got probation and that Laurel got probation. So you like, well damn, how come not me? And all this shit. And I get it that you don't want your baby to go to jail or whatever, but I mean, if your relationship ain't that strong to withstand a few years in jail, he probably would have got out in less than 2, okay, for good behavior. He probably would, unless it's federal or whatever, he probably would only have to serve 3 years, and that shit would have, you know, he could have did it. He could have did it, okay? And all Connor is trying to do is do the right thing and not lie. I mean, yeah, he don't want to lie. And Oliver like, you just being depressed and all this stuff. And, Connor's like, no, I'm not. And all this shit and woo, woo, woo. And then Oliver said, basically, if you get up there and you tell the truth, and you don't let me go, you don't go over there trying to get a deal from Lanford or whatever, you're just we gonna get a divorce. And he was like, okay, cool. So at this point in time, his phone starts ringing conveniently. And it's Agent Lanford. Lanford had him come down there with with Prosecutor Lennox. And they talking basically like, I don't feel like it was fair that Michaela got the deal that she got and you didn't. So therefore, we gonna cut you another deal so that you can get probation. I was like, ew, for what he got to do to continue to lie on the stand, that's fucked up because y'all losing. And this is making me so mad at the shit that they doing, because I feel like this shit really be happening, and this how a lot of innocent people be getting in jail, because people like FBI and the cops be coercing people with deals and shit to get up there and fucking lie. It's like, why do you got a Bible up there? Why are you swearing on the Bible that this is to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? And you literally got them up there perjuring themselves so that they can get these goddamn deals. Like, it's pissing me off. Because next thing you know, Nate can bring his ass up there and he getting grilled by the prosecutor because he's the prosecutor witness or whatever. And basically, Nate flipped the shit out of them. Okay? I said, look at motherfucking Nate, bitch. They asking him questions about, how you know Annalise? And, wasn't you arrested for did you kill Sam Keaton? No, but wasn't you arrested for it? Yes, I was, but I was framed. Was you framed by Annalise Keaton? I thought I did at the time, but then come to find out it wasn't her. Oh, so you saying it's one of her associates. And then Lennox got real uptight, like, hold up, this is not part of the deal. She was like, no, it wasn't. Okay, it wasn't. It probably was somebody else. But they going back and forth through the time, showing that he is up there lying on the stand that it wasn't Annalise and all this stuff. So he's lying for Annalise to get her off. Okay, and at this point in time, he was like, "Nah, bitch, I'm up here because the governor had something to do with my motherfucking daddy." Okay. And the FBI also had something to do with the fucking killing of is the one that killed Asher Millstone. Okay, that's what's going on. And Agent Langford and you are the ones, y'all the reason why I flipped my testimony, because y'all the one that tried to convince me to say otherwise by giving me $20 million. I said, I said, okay, Nate, you heard us and you heard how we were so fucking mad at you or whatever. So now you said, bitch, I'm coming through. I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? We still a little bit pissed, but you get a little bit of reprieve. This was a nice step. Annalise can forgive you. I guess we can feel a little something. I ain't say forgive, okay, because I don't forgive that easily, But, okay. This is a step, you know what I'm saying? Annalise and him talking at her place. Why did you do it? He was like, I thought you were trying to get back at me, some type of revenge. He was like, in order to just move past things or whatever, he was like, I had to come forward and do the right thing. Basically, he said, bitch, I'm still going to get that $20 million, but I want the governor, okay? That's what I want. And here's the testimony from Wes, okay? Because remember, it was Xavier who took testimony that West wrote out from the safety deposit box. And so Annalise took that and she burnt the whole thing up or whatever. But before that, before Nate left, Nate was like, what I need you to do right now, though, is to take accountability and for your own actions, because I realized that you're not here just because of yourself. And I could take responsibility for that too, my part in this. But you also have to take accountability for your part in this as well. And I have not seen you do that. And I was like, oh, you right, you right. Okay, Nathaniel, you know. And so she was just in there. I was like, oh, tears. And then we go over there to goddamn Oliver and the kids' house. Oliver is up in the goddamn kitchen. Here comes what's his face? Connor. Okay? And at this point in time, I'm gonna tell you something. Listen, you can call me cold blooded, you can call me ice cold hearted or whatever. Bitch, I felt nothing for this scene, okay? I was cheering for this scene because Oliver gets on my goddamn nerves. Connor finds out that Oliver lied about going to the law library, and he was the one that went down there to the agent to negotiate a better deal for Connor. He basically said he would get up on that stand and he would say whatever lie that he wanted them to say. And the lie that he was going to say was that Annalise had him destroy some pictures of some stuff or whatever on the computer that was of her and Wes being together sexually and stuff like that. And what made me so mad and what made me so unsympathetic, empathetic to what happened next, basically at this point, kind of said, fuck you, okay? I don't love you, and here's our divorce. I didn't sign the deal, so, you ain't got to hold on to me. You ain't got to wait for me or whatever. You're going to find somebody else that can love you the way that you want to be loved. Okay, we got together on the lie, and it is what it is. Truth be told, I do feel like kind of love him, but he's more so trying to be about his morals at this point, and he felt betrayed, okay? He was like, listen, bitch, I got you all up involved in this because I turned you into a criminal. Why don't you go with somebody that's good, okay? That's what you need to do. And at this point in time, what made me mad about this and what made me not have any feelings towards Oliver, because he's sitting there crying and all this stuff and woo woo woo. Oliver, you kind of forced yourself to be a part of this. Kind of was at the very beginning trying, after they finished using him, trying, and they got together for real. You wanted so bad to be on the team. You wanted to do whatever it took to be on a team. Now you want to turn against monkey see, monkey fucking do? No, bitch, fuck you. And that is what it is. That's what your ass get. Because truth be told, I would have preferred Oliver get killed over goddamn Asher. He should have been the motherfucking mole rat. That's what he act like. Anime's mama and sister came down there. Anime was up in the room talking to her mama. She was talking about, the mama said, listen, you gonna win, girl. And she was like, maybe I shouldn't win. Mama said, girl, what you talking? I was like, she a bad person, okay? She did some bad things to people, and maybe she shouldn't win, okay? Maybe this is her karma or whatever. And mama said, that ain't up to nobody but God. It ain't up to no jury. It ain't up to you. It ain't up to me. It's to God, okay? She was trying to, make her feel a little bit better because she has to go in there and get these closing argument. So the prosecutor come up in there trying to make Annalise out to be this bad bitch or whatever, and not in a good way. So talking about she up here trying to act like she a victim or whatever, but she really ain't no victim. Okay, so Annalise get up there, give her little closing testimony. And she was just like, yeah, I never said I was a victim. I don't look at myself as a victim. You know what I'm saying? Mask off, Future. You know what I'm saying? Up in this piece. Okay, talking mask off. I said, all right, Annalise, let's get down to the get down. And I was waiting for this powerful scene. Girl, by the time she got through closing statements or whatever, I'm sitting here about to wipe my eyes a little bit, because I started tearing up a little bit because, bitch, that shit touched me. Because she took it all off. She said, bitch, yes, I'm a bad person. I coerce people or whatever. I changed the way I talked or whatever around people when I was younger. I changed the way that I acted so that the boys can be with me. I changed my accent when I get in my name when I got into law school or whatever. It made it more New England like. I changed my hair and the heels or whatever to fit in the laws in law offices and stuff like that. I was too afraid to tell. I lost the love of my life, the first love of my life, because I was too afraid to tell her that and admit that I was bisexual. You know what I'm saying? I said, and Annalise just went down the line and she took accountability for all the stuff that she did. And I was sitting here like, you better do that. So what Nate told her to do, take accountability, that's what she stood up there and took accountability for. And when she started tearing up and she said that she wasn't a good person, but this is the mask off, but I'm not the type of person. She was like, I even coerced people to get on the stand and lie and all this stuff. But I'm trying to convince y'all that I am not a killer, okay? I am not the one that did this stuff. Baby, by the end of that, I was like, bitch, I'm convinced. Not guilty, not guilty, not guilty. Now, see, bitch, if I was not on Annalise's side, that would have won me over right in there. Because you a bleeding heart. Your soul was bare, okay? And so at this point, at this point, and Annalise and Tegan in the back. And Annalise was like, just tell me how I look or whatever. Next thing you know, Tegan come out and said, bitch, let me just tell you this. I love you, Annalise. I am in love with you, okay? And I know I can make you happy. And I want to be in your life, okay? Around your life, at your life, all the time, okay? Girl, I was sitting here like, it's got to happen. I said, bitch, y'all ain't shit. Y'all waited until the last fucking episode for Tegan to confess her fucking love for Annalise that we already knew was there, okay? We couldn't even get a kiss out of that for the shit that's gonna happen afterwards, okay? Because Bonnie came up in there and broke the scene up. Annalise was like, I'm no good for you. I know you're gonna find somebody, but all those things. Because she was like, what you really want? I said, Annalise, don't break the girl. No, don't break a heart like that. Tegan understood. Tegan understood, okay? Tegan ain't get mad or whatever, because first of all, Bonnie came up in there and said they got the verdict. I said, damn, they reached the verdict real quick. I was like, oh, that could be a good thing or a bad thing, you know what I'm saying? And at this point, they found the verdict. Basically, Annalise was found not guilty on all fucking charges, okay? Connor looking like, oh, shit, well, I'm finna go to jail. Laurel looking, she was glad, okay? She was glad because she out the shit. She ain't got to go to jail, no probation or nothing. Well, she can be on probation or whatever, but she's free and clear from this stuff. She still has a baby, whatever. And Michaela just looking salty as shit. Oliver looking salty as shit because his man about to go to jail or whatever. And at the end of the day, they outside in the courtroom. They finna clink up. They said, Connor, listen, bitch. This is what you signed. You about to go to jail. They put the handcuffs on him. You know, him and Oliver hugged. He gave him back the ring. Oliver breaking down, crying. Michaela back there crying. I said, bitch, what you crying for? You did this. And then he tried when they pulled Connor away. Michaela tried to touch him, and Oliver said, don't touch me, okay? He said, bitch, don't touch me, because that should have been you. I said, I know that's right, Oliver. Now, that's the one time I actually like you because you actually told some fucking truth. That should have been Michaela, her little sneak ass. I don't like that bitch, okay? It is so fucked up that we don't... Girl, anyway, the two black girls on the show, and y'all doing this, but whatever. So, when that happened, girl... Michaela standing there crying like, oh my God, I just lost my friend. You lost the only friend, okay? Because I'm pretty sure Connor gonna take some time to forgive your ass because he probably upset with you too, but he not really putting it out there yet. And then she tried to call Laurel and the phone number was disconnected. I said, yes, bitch, you ain't got nobody. You better go run to daddy, okay? Go run to your new daddy and see if he'll take your ass in. Since you want to be a sociopath and play people, now you got no one, okay? You can't even run to Annalise. Bitch, up in the jail, Jorge done got his ass shanked and killed. I said, damn, okay. Meanwhile, you know, Annalise and Tegan, they outside taking questions about what they feel like should happen to the governor and all this stuff and woo, woo, woo. Laura putting the kid up in the car talking about, son, no more bite, guys. Okay, we're going to go somewhere where we're going to have a good time and we're going to be safe and all that stuff. And she, you know, talking all in Spanish, whatever. Next thing you know, pop, pop, pop. I said, oh, shit. Bitch, if it's Annalise, I'm really going to be over it. I'm really going to be over it. We didn't come this far for her to get taken out the way that she about to, if that happens, okay? You guys. Okay. End of the episode. Let me get myself together because, bitch. So basically, we saw a scene. Okay. I'm back. All right. So what wound up happening is, Annalise was out there on the steps and they was like, listen, girl, the governor gonna be up in here. She talking to the district attorney. What y'all think should happen to her? Next thing you know, while Annalise is talking and Tegan just standing right there on the sidelines or whatever, bigging up her boo or whatever, like that's my bae. You know what I'm saying? She may not see it now, but she gonna see it later. That's my bae, okay? Bonnie noticed that somebody is in the crowd walking. Next thing you know, they pan out to the crowd. It's Frank. Frank just came back from baby Sam's Annalise's son gravesite. He is fucked up. Okay, tears in his eyes and everything. So Bonnie's following him. She trying to get to him. She trying to get to him. Where's he going? He walks past Annalise. I said, I know they weren't finna have him come up in there after what he just said to Annalise and try to kill Annalise. No. Girl, Governor Burkhead was coming down them steps and he shot her. I said, yes! But then I said, no, because that's the governor. So that means if he shoot her, they going to return fire and he going to die. And that's exactly what happened. Girl, that's it. It was like, I really didn't feel nothing. I was like, damn, I didn't want Frank to go like that, because he was the one that was really loyal to Annalise, to be quite honest. And this was what the fucked upness about this episode ended, okay? Because the people that were non-loyal to Annalise at the end did not get what was coming to them that I felt, okay? But the two main people who were the most loyal to Annalise and would do anything for her died. Fuck Michaela. Fuck Connor. Fuck Oliver. God damn it, fuck Ashley too. It didn't have to go like that. Bonnie is down there saying, Frank, it's okay. It's okay, Frank. It's okay, Frank. Annalise go down there like, Frank, get up. Frank is gone at this time. Then we realized Bonnie done got her ass shot too. I said, oh my God. This show went out with the infamous, one last time, Viola Davis snot cry. Bonnie passes in her arms. Then we see this thing where it says it was like a funeral that was happening of Annalise that we saw at the beginning of the season when it was that Who Killed Annalise tagline. And somebody was telling me on my social media, it probably was a dream because, they started the series off with a dream. So they probably going to end it with a dream. But at first I was a little bit confused what was happening because it was like showing people in older, you got Laurel there, but you got Wes who walks up. And I was like, okay, so I'm like, is this a dream? Then you got Eve standing up there talking, saying how much she never loved anybody as much as she loved Annalise and all that shit. And next thing you know, they're all old looking, but Wes is still young looking. Wes still look like Wes. And I was like, how is Laurel old? And then she turns around in the crowd. We see Connor. We see Oliver. They're still together. I was like, okay, well, I'm confused. And they're old as shit, too. Then we see Michaela. She old as shit, getting sworn in as probably a Supreme Court justice or whatever. A judge or whatever she wanted with her kids. Listen, ain't shit happened to Michaela. Fuck that bitch, okay? We saw a scene where in the present, eventually Annalise's mama do pass away. She returns back to drinking. She was having fun with Tegan. She had her partners throughout her life. Okay, we don't know if she stayed with Tegan because I couldn't tell if the hand colors was changing when she was walking, but we do know that she lived to old age. Now, I'm really like, what is this? I'm kind of confused by this. Up until the very last ending, because at one point when they was at the funeral, Wes is talking to Laurel and he's talking in Spanish, and then he asks in Spanish when she looked back at Connor and Oliver and was like, who are those? And she was like, oh, they're some old friends. And I was like, Wes would have known who Connor and Oliver was, or at least Connor. And so I was like confused by that. Then we see Wes, or who we think is Wes, riding on the bicycle, back at Middleton Law School, okay, where we first started and seen him at. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Is this a dream? This gotta be a dream. And then Girl, he get up there and I'm listening to the accent. It's supposed to be a Spanish accent. I said, they could have did better with that. This English man playing American accent, then he gonna play a Spanish accent. But okay. And he was like, this is law 101 or whatever, or like I should say, like my mentor had to get away with murder. And I'm sitting here like, oh my God. And when he said his name was Christopher Castillos, I said, that's baby Christopher. And they got the actor who played Wes playing him. So, oh, I like how they did that. Let me tell you how they did that. Because listen, because they did that for the people. They did that for the fans. And you want to know why? Because everybody was upset at the fact that Wes went out the way that he went out. And people were still debating whether or not Wes was dead, if he was truly here, or is that not him, or whatever. That was not Wes. But that was his son. That was baby Christopher. And the actor that played Wes was playing baby. They did that for the fans. They did that for the fans. And Annalise old ass was sitting up in there just smiling, you know, like a little premonition of. You guys, that was how to get away with murder. That was beautiful. A little confusing, but that was beautiful. I don't care how long this was. This was the series finale. You guys tell me how you felt about it. And I'll see you later.